Welcome everybody. This is an interesting video segment that's going to talk about a very important topic on employee burnout and how do you recognize this and how can you prevent or manage it. I was sitting with a leader for his coaching session, and this leader is all about energy and enthusiasm. And he started the conversation by, "Hey Priya, how did you enjoy my recent video post that I had in social media? It was gaining a lot of digital traction, and I also happened to appreciate and comment and share some perspectives." So the conversation started, and then we got into the session, and we had typically planned to start our session with a visualization exercise, and this leader totally appreciated it because it helped him clear the path before the session. So with 3 minutes of visualization and a minute of silence, the leader opened his eyes and he said, "Priya, do you know something? The video that I made, I was looking at it and I seem to not resonate with that person I see." And I was curious. So he said, I have seemed to have aged twice as much in the last 15 months. And I don't look with life. I look more plastic. I feel like more plastic in front of the screen rather than that joy and enthusiasm that I typically have. So this conversation dwelled deeper into helping him understand this feeling, where it came from, and how he could address it. And that's a different story. But this session also motivated me to come out with this video segment. So I first want to start off by saying, how do you recognize this burnout? Who really experiences it? The answer is all of us do. You could be an enthusiastic beginner in an organization, or you could have been newly elevated and you must be putting a lot of effort to make a mark or to prove yourself, and you could be experiencing burnout. You could be a capable doer in an organization with a lot of support and encouragement that people are, giving to you, and you may be experiencing a burnout. You could be an excellent performer where people are looking at your work and they're very appreciative, and you want to really, put the best efforts to ensure that you don't, go against their expectations, and you could be experiencing a burnout. You could be an independent achiever, and because of that you're getting a lot of stretch engagements and you are feeling really good, but you may be experiencing a burnout. You could be a leader who's working to take your team and your organization to the next level of growth, and you could be experiencing a burnout just purely from the physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion that happens in all this effort. You could be very passionate about your work or your job, but you wouldn't realize that you, with all the energy that's getting to showcase the passion, you could be experiencing a burnout. So it isn't meant only for a certain group of people, and all of us experience it. So it's good that we become aware and start recognizing it to see when are those exhaustion levels showing up. Now that you are aware of who experiences burnout, it's also good to be aware of some of the symptoms. At a very physical level, you could have some bit of fatigue, a lack of energy, which typically is not you. You could also have some unexplained headaches or sometimes physical pains and spasm, and you could have a much lower defense mechanism or immunity. And sometimes you may also find it difficult to sleep, or because you're thinking too much because of things like unfinished work or too much of work, etc. So those are things to be aware of at a physical level. At a very emotional level, you find some form of dissatisfaction with your job or with the general environment around you, and you could also feel very irritated, or you could be very reactive to some of the things, which is not so you. So it's just good to be aware of these symptoms, and at a very deeper level, you could feel totally disconnected to your purpose. You could feel the lack of passion sometimes that's just taking over. So just be aware of your symptoms, and then let's look at strategies that can help you overcome or prevent burnout.